In today's lesson, let's talk about openers. Let's talk about mindset, structure, and the whole strategy of choosing a right opening line for the situation. Is that a girl walking down the street? Stop. I don't know why, but I really like you. Who are you? What's your name?
I'm Dolores.
Or she's sitting in a cafe, restaurant, bar, museum, shopping mall, beach, or nightclub. It doesn't matter what the situation, the structure is pretty much always the same. See, in a process of seduction, the first thing what you have to do is engage that woman, that girl into a conversation. Hey girls, let me ask you something. Start conversation. So purpose of the opener is that there's a stranger, you walk up to the stranger and you ask her something or you do something else, you go more direct and engage a woman into a conversation. So now, after the opener, 20 seconds after the opener, you are speaking with her. And now you can do stuff in the conversation. Just like what I'm saying, the battle is won in a midfield, in the mid game, not on the opening line. That's the problem with pickup lines. Pickup lines, they assume a girl is gonna fall on her knees after one line. One liners do not work. Okay, she's gonna be seduced somewhere in the range between minute 10 and minute 20, 30. So you need some time, you need a meet, you need conversation, you need this platform where two of you are talking and then you are doing things inside in order to seduce a woman. So it is delusional today in this modern world to think that you can approach a woman and then do everything in one sentence, in one line. That is delusional. That doesn't work. Okay, so that's why don't expect much from the opener besides create a conversation in the most natural, easygoing way. Okay, and as long as the opener is not hurting you, like for example, some guys approach, hey baby, nice ass. She's gonna think, what an idiot, what a monkey. Okay, so as long and it's not opening conversation, you're just hitting on a girl. It's not creating a conversation. You cannot follow up after that. So as long as the opener is not hurting you, it's good. And this is difference between conversational openers or indirect openers. There are two main differentiating factors. You have indirect openers. Hey, let me ask you something. Hey, let me ask you something. I'm looking a place with a good ice cream. Actually, or that's kind of indirect. You're asking for opinion. You're asking her something indirectly. You're not saying I want you, but actually you're just initiating a conversation. And these openers are good for some situations when you're just starting at the beginning, when you still don't have much of confidence. These are good training wheels because women will not reject you that often. It's a low risk opener. You approach, hey, let me ask you something. Buying a gift for my little niece. She's turning, 13, 14. What should I buy? You're just asking for advice. And of course, she's going to start giving you something. And then you can move on conversation to the next topic. And these are low risk conversational indirect openers, and they work. They work and you can use them. Now, on other side, I prefer and I advocate, and that's kind of more my style, is direct, openers, where difference between indirect and direct is that girl knows that you like her. She knows why you are there.
Hello. I was sitting there with my friends and I saw you. And I had to come here and say that you look so fucking sexy. I want to get to know you.
So a direct opener would be, hey, I don't know why, but I really like you. What's the name? Or you are exactly my type of a girl. I want to get to know you. Who are you? What's the name? Or in a nightclub, you're so damn sexy and I like you. What's the name? Difference between indirect and direct is that you are demonstrating certain things with direct openers, okay? If you approach a woman with so ballsy and so confident, you are exactly my type of a girl. I want to get to know you. You're exactly the type of a girl I'm searching for.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. You are exactly my type of the girl I'm looking for. Who are you? What's your name?
What did you just demonstrate here is confidence, dominance, authority. You know what you want. Sexual, it's ballsy, it's congruent. You are above her. You are choosing her. You're not like a little puppy. Hey, let me ask you something down there. So you come from the angle of power. I am choosing you. That's the core. So direct openers will give you more advantage because after that one sentence, after this 10 seconds, a girl already knows something about you. Versus in indirect, when you say, hey, let me ask you something, where is the bakery here? I'm hungry. She doesn't know, she didn't learn anything from you. She doesn't know that you're confident, dominant, sexual, interesting, adventurous, and all other important things of the game. She's not aware of those things. So now in the conversation, you need to convey this with some other tools because these are important factors for when she's deciding she's going to be with you or not be with you. That's important part of her list. Is the guy confident, dominant, adventurous, blah, 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 and the whole list of attraction. That's what she's searching for in a man. So this needs to be conveyed somewhere along the process of seduction. Me personally, I prefer to place this up front on the opener. Let's say this microphone is the opener and this is the pat line, okay? The timeline. So I prefer to start with the whole list, not the whole list, but with as much as I can combine inside the opener, as much as my opener is more like a nuclear bomb. The way I like to do, I try, like avocado. I try to compress as much information about inside the first sentence, in the first impression, and as well create conversation. But you can go as well, croissant way, just empty croissant. Croissant is just sugar. You approach her, hey, let me ask you something, and, blah, blah, blah. You ask her something, she didn't learn anything. You didn't flip any attraction triggers. But conversation is there. And now, in the conversation, you can start flipping that you're dominant, that you're confident, humor, and everything else. Of course, it's going to take you more time. And I would say I personally use both. I use indirect and I use direct openers, but for different situations, for different purposes, okay? If a girl is in a very complex social dynamic situation, like she's with one guy or a mixed group, like 2 guys, 3 girls, something complex where I don't know, is there a boyfriend, is there a guy she's maybe dating inside? I can't figure out, I can't tell this from outside, then I'm going to be super safe. I'm going to use indirect opener and I'm going to either approach her or the whole group and initiate them in conversation, then inside try to figure out what's happening, if she's available, single, or I'm going to kind of play chess game inside. So for complex dynamic situations where you can figure out what's going on there, like another example is, family. She's with mother and father on a beach or in a restaurant. You can go there, hey, you're exactly my type of a girl, correct? It's a very complex social dynamic. But if she's alone in a cafe or she's with a girlfriend in a nightclub or a bar, very easy situation you can approach and either say, you girls are so damn beautiful, who are you, I want to get to know you, or you are exactly my type of a girl, or I like you, there's something about you, there's something special about you, what's the name? Now I can come and be direct, I like you. And but yes, in certain situations when it's more high risk, I would go safe. I would go more conversational, more indirect, not show that I like her, why I'm there up front, but more I would start from the angle of where I'm safe, just create a conversation. I get in the group and now I'm gonna see how I'm gonna play it from inside, which is a completely different story. But this is how smart you have to be on the opening, okay? Direct openers, direct game is a little bit more risky. Of course, you will be more rejected. Rejection is higher than you just start in a conversation, of course. But the ones that you open and who stay, they, basically you're gonna get them till the end. You're not losing them. If a girl accepts the frame, hey, I like you, I want to get to know you, what's her name? If she accepts that frame, she's okay, name, smiling, that's okay. Some girls will tell you up front, I have a boyfriend, I'm married, so basically you are losing some of those, but you're going to lose those anyway, even with indirect. But just you're going to lose that up front. So it's actually, it's more like a filter game. You filter out the ones that you will lose anyway, but you filter them up front in the first sentence. So you're not wasting time. So that's why you will get rejected more. But these rejections will happen anyhow, but maybe later. In indirect, they'll happen later when you are asking for the number, when you are trying to kiss a girl, then she's going to be, oh, no, sorry, I have a boyfriend, and, or, I don't like you. So that's, these are the pros and cons of both. Openers, my advice is always to have one or two conversational openers in your toolbox, on your paper, in your notes, in your pocket, and one or two direct openers. So you are equipped for any situation. It's never black and white. It's always something in between, sometimes you use this, sometimes that. And, in this channel, you're going to find some of my openers. So go to the whole YouTube channel, and there's some really good collection of the openers on the other topics. So that's pretty much it for the opening. What you need to understand, they are important part of the game. The better you dress, the better your first impression is, your body language, your tonality. The more confident, the more relaxed you are, the more happy you are, smiling state, the less rejected you will get up front, the better opener will work, of course, because you come in a different energy. If you come there in shaking, nervous, of course you will trigger, I don't like this guy, they may reject you more. You're going to experience more rejection. So, internal state and the better dressing style, better perfume, whole first impression. Oh wow, I like this guy. Of course, then even the verbal part will work. So openers are not just basically the power of the openers is not only in the words. It will be stupid to think it is only the words. Actually, words are 7 to 10% of the whole conversation, whole communication that happens. So there's lots of things that goes under the surface of the words, which is your tonality, body language, your energy and everything else, dressing style. So you try to optimize all of those. And the more you work on all of those, the more opening rate you will have. The more girls will talk with you, the more attraction you will get up front. So difference between indirect and direct openings is that in direct openings, you are actually starting with attraction. So you're opening the conversation. I want to get to know you. Who are you? What's your name? And you are already conveying certain things. So there is enough for girl to start playing with her hair. If she likes it, she will like all of that. On the other hand, with conversational, indirect, you're just creating a conversation and there is not that much of attraction. And attraction you're going to trigger later, a couple of minutes later. So you're extending it a little bit for a couple of minutes extra. So it really is very personal. What do you prefer? And some people prefer more safe, conversational. Some prefer to go direct, to go full power on and start with attraction. And then you're just kind of riding this wave of attraction and pumping it more. It's really different. It's a personal taste.